Hey everybody, this is Rev J with Rev J Rides. I'm pulling out of that same place, Harley Davidson dealership on Fessler's Lane. And I just had lunch here. I had lunch with a guy that I just met. His first name is Brett. Not going to get into anything else about him other than he was from somewhere in Canada. He told me where, but I'm not going to share that on here. Anyways, he told me about all kinds of roads that he's been on, and I told him about a few that I've been on. It turns out he's going to take a portion of road on his way back home that I told him about. And it got me to thinking. There are many roads that lead sometimes to the same place, right? I mean, here in Nashville, Tennessee, we have thousands of roads. I don't know how many. Just came off of Fessler's Lane. I'm on I-40 now. There's two. There are other roads that we have in Nashville, Tennessee, many other roads, and I can get to the same location by traveling these many roads. And so there's a lot of people who will speculate or just, as they're contemplating, they say, well, there's probably many ways to heaven too, many roads to heaven. No, there's not. You see, the difference in there being many roads through Nashville or to another location here on Earth is we don't always have toll roads here on Earth. We don't always have ways that we have to travel to get somewhere, but as far as heaven is concerned, there is a toll road and there's a gate, and you will not get through that gate without paying the toll. The problem is you and I don't have the price to pay that toll. So yes, there are many roads that might lead to that toll road or to that gate. There's still only one way through that gate, and that's by paying that price, the toll to enter in. Now, the problem is you and I are bankrupt before God because we've all sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. We are unable to pay that toll since we are bankrupt before God. You say, wait a minute. Why am I bankrupt before God? I've done a lot of good things. I might be able to pay that toll. Well, unless you're perfect, unless you're as perfect as Jesus Christ, you don't have what it takes to pay that toll. And I am not perfect. Neither are you. None of us are perfect. In fact, we're told for all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. So because of that, we're all bankrupt before God when it comes to this. Doesn't matter how many good things we've done. If we've sinned one time, that's a big old goose egg, big old zero. And it's multiplied to our bank account. So we're bankrupt if we've sinned. And since we are bankrupt, we cannot enter into heaven on our own. We must have someone else pay that price. And the only one who could ever have paid that price is Jesus. Because he came from heaven, carrying with him the worth of heaven, and we don't have the worth of heaven with us because we've fallen short. And he took that worth of heaven and paid our price on the cross so that we could someday enter into heaven if we by faith receive the price that he has paid for us and trust him and give him our lives, give him our bankrupt lives, allowing him to live in us and through us to change us, to make us ready for heaven. Not that we're going to be perfect here on this earth, but a life following Jesus is a life that will be filled with change. And it's a life that when we end our life, we will enter in the narrow gate. We will be able to enter into the toll road because our price has already been paid. Just a thought. So my buddy Brett that I just met over here at Fessler's Lane, he could go on a lot of different roads on his way home to Canada. A lot of different roads. And we can travel a lot of different roads in life, but there's still only one road to heaven. And Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, the life. No man comes to heaven except through me. So let's just leave it at that and let Jesus be the one who knows. Let Jesus be the one to tell us, because Jesus is the only one I've ever heard of who rose from the grave. He's the one we ought to trust. Just a thought. So that interesting conversation I had with my new friend Brett that I met today, that kind of sparked all those thoughts. That's kind of the way my head works. I often will have conversations or just be riding down the road and be thinking about things, and all of these different scriptures come flooding into my mind. I hope it all makes sense to you. It is scriptural, and definitely something I believe, and even to the point where I don't really just believe it as in there's a doubt. I feel like I know it, like it's part of my soul now. Man, this road's bumpy. Sometimes we are on bumpy roads, aren't we? But hey, if you would, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. God bless.